Hey there guys, it's Gus Wagner with the Rocket Group, and been a while since we've done one of these Facebook Live broadcasts. I wanted to jump in here on a Monday morning, still a Monday morning here. I think it's like 11:30 on Monday morning, what is it, the August 22nd, 2016 here in Jefferson City, Missouri, where we're broadcasting from. I want to talk about a couple of things that we've noticed lately as there's been a lot of changes in Facebook and the algorithm. There's been a lot of changes in the world which are impacting success for brands on Facebook through your professional Facebook pages. Not really talking about the personal pages here, but your business pages, your Facebook business page, just like facebook.com/rocket group. So let's talk about a couple things that are impacting your success or lack thereof on Facebook here in August of 2016. The first is the weather. Right here in Jefferson City today, it is a glorious Monday morning. It is, I don't know, like 75 or something. It's like San Diego weather, no humidity, bright skies. Not a lot of people are paying attention right now on Facebook because it's a nice day outside, or they're trapped in their offices working on a Monday morning, or trapped in the field working on a Monday morning. But the weather has a lot of impact. The more it's nicer in the evening hours, when we generally see peak times of audience online activity and audience interaction, those evening hours, if the weather's nice, instead of a normal August day in the hundreds, it's in the 70s or the 80s. People are going to be outside longer, so the weather is impacting things, especially it's some of the weather catastrophes even that we've seen here in America recently, from the flooding down in the south to the droughts and the wildfires and such going on in the west, to ongoing weather, rain on the East Coast in the recent days. Those are impacting Facebook interaction as well, because the more people are distracted or don't have access to social media, the more they're not going to be interacting with your content. So be mindful of the weather. It's the old cliche, let's talk about the weather. But it does have an impact on online success. Nice days are going to reduce your online success. Crappy weather, snowy weather is going to increase your online success, because more people are going to be trapped inside or paying attention to what's going on their mobile device in front of their faces. So pay attention to the weather when you are planning out your social media strategy. The second one is obvious, I think, is politics. Right now here in America, we're going through the 2016 presidential election cycle, and we are I guess less than 70 days out from the presidential election, and people are sick of it. People are tired of it, and people are tuning out folks and brands who are, including candidates, who are actively pursuing conversations regarding politics and elections, and they're staying away from Facebook. They're staying away from channels that are publishing lots of content regarding politics and elections and such. Just keep in mind, one, if you're a brand, you should probably, unless you are in the political business like we borderline are, you shouldn't really be talking about politics. If you're Coca-Cola, don't be out there saying red can, blue can. If you are the local tire shop, don't be out there saying, we're going to have Trump tires, or I can't think of a good Clinton analogy, but don't be tying yourself up in politics, because you're going to lose base, you're going to lose customers, you're going to lose prospects, and you're going to start being labeled as that political tire shop or that political Coca-Cola, what have you. You don't want to carry that with you, because you need to get 100% or much more larger than the 1/3 of the population to do business with you. The 1/3 being 1/3 Democrat, 1/3 Republican, 1/3 Independent, 1/3 whatever. Yes, I know that was more than 100%, but you need to avoid the politics and be aware that people are tired of hearing political conversation on Facebook and such. So we're seeing some audience levels going in a downward slope. So there's people tuning out that conversation online just as much as they're tuning it out in the real world. Another thing that people are going to be distracted by and paying less attention to you on Facebook with is the back to school season. And excuse me. The back to school season is happening right now here in Missouri. I'm sure it's happening. I know it's happening across the country because people are posting their pictures of their kids going back to school, or people who are involved in the education world, whether they're teachers, administrators, bus drivers, what have you, are talking about their excitement to be going back to school. Folks who don't care, aren't involved, aren't directly connected with education, are tuning out that type of personal content. So they've been avoiding Facebook as well. So we've noticed in the last week, when most schools went back to school here in Missouri, we saw the campaigns that were running here in our backyard, in our state. We've seen the audience numbers go downward as well. So we can attribute that a little bit to the back to school season because people are trying to avoid news feeds full of other people's kids in their finery and their new trapper keepers going back to school. So be mindful of that. Seasonal activities like back to school, like Christmas, like what have you, are things that will impact your audience reach and your audience success with interaction. Final thing we're talking about here is the boredom. People are just kind of bored a little bit with Facebook. All these other distractions, be it the nice weather, be it the bad weather, be it the politics, be it the back to school, be it seasonal things, they are tuning out on social media. They're tuning out. They're a little bit overwhelmed. The TV ratings are down as well, so they're tuning out a lot of media. Maybe they're reading books. Who knows? But we've seen downward trends in audience numbers over the last couple of weeks, and we can attribute that to some sort of boredom, I think. Boredom of the first three factors, and then just with the platforms in general. I don't think it's any kind of tipping point. We'll see these numbers coming back up as folks get into their fall routines and get into the holiday season and such. But you're going to see, and look at your Facebook insights, and we'll talk about that in a second, but look at these statistics that you have available to you, and you can see what your audience is doing as far as when they're online, who's online, boys or girls, where they live, what they're interacting with, the types of content they're interacting with. Pay attention to that information. So let's talk about a couple of three things to counter this these audience levels of inactivity. Thanks for joining in. If you have any questions, feel free to reach them out. Just put your comments here in the comment box underneath this broadcast. Thanks a lot. So we also want to look at the things that you can do to counter audience lack of activity and lack of interaction. First off, to talk about one of our key points again is to be #Stoppable. Make sure that your content is attractive, that it stands out in the news feed, that it's got value to your audience when they see it, just like when you're seeing this video here. You need to stand out against all the competition. You are not competing against your competing soda drinks or your tire shops. You are competing against everything in everybody's news feed. So in my news feed, you're competing against music and sports and friends and family and all the little goofy things that I've liked and interacted with on Facebook. So when the brands, be it the Rocket Group or any of our clients or what have you, when they are trying to reach my attention, they're competing with everything there. So the whole world is your competition when it comes to Facebook. So be sure that your content is thumb stoppable, that is stopping people's thumbs when they're scrolling by on the mobile devices. And there's probably an 8 out of 10 chance that they are interacting with your content and seeing your content on a mobile device. So make sure that it looks great on a mobile device and that your links don't go to PDFs, that your links go to websites that are going to be mobile optimized and work for them on their mobile devices. Be aware of those factors. Second off, and by the way, you can track down thumbstoppable.com for more information and more advice and consent on how to be thumb stoppable in the newsfeed and the timelines across the various social media platforms. Second off is to read your Facebook insights. It's right there in the tab of your Facebook page. It's got all the information that you could possibly want regarding your audience and what they're interacting with in an almost real-time basis. So you'll know, again, when they're online, what time of day, what day of week, what they're interacting with via pictures or videos or just text comments, what have you. Experiment with various types of content to see what gets better reaction from your audience, and keep it up. Post when they are online. Don't post when you are online, because no nobody's probably there at 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 in the morning. They are online most likely between 7:30 and 9:30, and we're seeing here in the end of summer days here, those peaks of when people are online moving further and further towards the late evening hours. Even past 9 o'clock we're seeing peaks on some of the accounts that we manage. So be aware of when your folks are online and most likely to engage with your content. And finally here, you need to engage and consider engaging with paid campaigns, not just boosting your posts. That doesn't really work other than to talk to the people you're already talking to, but actually get into facebook.com/ads and develop ad campaigns, ongoing ad campaigns. Spend $1 a day, spend $5 a day to boost boost wasn't the right word, to enhance the audience, enhance your reach, and reach more of the folks that are like the audience that you've already built, reach more of your neighbors, reach more of the people that you're trying to reach and need to reach with your content, and let them be aware that you are there and active on Facebook. So consider those factors when you're looking at paid campaigns. Build those custom audiences, build off your email list, build things. It's really, there is no more targetable, manageable, nor affordable form of advertising in the world today than Facebook advertising, and it's highly, highly effective. So you need to consider doing that. So there's just a couple quick points in about 10 minutes or so here on what's happening with Facebook these days. Good to be back here on the Facebook Live. Want to get back more into the swing of things here. Be sure to send me your comments, your questions, anything like that that you might have regarding social media, regarding marketing, regarding Facebook itself, and the items that we've talked about here today. Do give us a like if you haven't already. Appreciate you hitting that share button below as well if you've made it this far into the broadcast. And do feel free to reach out to us anytime that you have any questions or have any needs regarding marketing or social media or just want to talk. I'm Gus Wagner. I appreciate your time today, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon here on the Facebook Live. Thanks a lot. Bye.